people want to leave America and like try to find those.
Leave America and go where?
Back home.
Let's be honest. Go back where? It's not cool back home. The economy now is in shambles. Like, a lot of stuff not going well. You know what I'm saying? The economy is just not good anymore. And imagine a country that produces oil. We produce the oil, and we paying more money for oil than a country that's importing the oil. We do not have the best leaders. That's a fact.
We do not have the best leaders, and that's a fact. Did Davido say anything wrong? Do we have the best leaders? Except for the bigots in Nigeria and the cabal that keeps fooling everybody. Does any Nigerian, regardless of your tribe, honestly think we have the best leaders and that we put the best Nigerians forward to do the work? Do we? Just like I hear so many people coming down on Kemi Badenoch in the United Kingdom when she says she doesn't want anything to do with Nigeria. I wish she was patriotic like me and many like me outside Nigeria who, despite it all, still owe so much allegiance to that country. But why do we criticize people who are bluntly brutal about their lack of interest in the damned country called Nigeria? Okay, guys, let's get started. How do we get started without doing some housekeeping? Click the like button, click the share button, subscribe to the channel, and make sure that at the end you make comments. That's the only way we're going to grow. Once again, today our topic is Igbos and Nigeria. Why do I keep doing this? It's obvious. It took 50 plus years for Nigeria to wage a campaign to destroy the reputation of Igbos in Nigeria, contrary to who Igbos really are. And it's going to take a concerted 10, 15, 20, 30 years of constantly throwing it in your face to make Nigeria understand the value that Igbos bring to the table.
Say you are good, hey, you are good, oh you are kind.
Folks, if you tuned into this show today thinking I'm gonna be politically correct, tune out because you're gonna be upset. If you tuned into this show today ready to listen to hard facts, and if you find anything I'm saying that's wrong, put it on the comment section. Let's debate it. Nigeria is past political correctness. It's time to lay the facts on the table for Nigerians. If you like the facts, address the facts. Let's solve our problems together. If you want to continue lying to yourselves the way you've been lying to yourselves since 1967 or 1970, whichever point you choose to take, that's your freaking problem. Igbos are willing to participate in honestly, equitably fixing our country, Nigeria. But if you think you're going to continue playing your tribalistic games and your bigoted games and your cheating games, Igbos are ready to exit the damned geographical area called Nigeria. Take your country, shove it, and keep it to yourself. But if you want an honest discussion on moving Nigeria forward, let's talk. If you don't want to hear the truth, tune out right now before we get into it. Next, after this little musical segue, I'll dig in. everybody. Once again, this is Fred Wanko coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on LN TV. And as usual, I like to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to you, depending on where you are around the world.
Love way, love way, love lily. Love way, love way, love lily. Oh, where am I? Oh, where if we move. Hello, where if we move. I am adore.
Reuben Abati, Reuben Abati, Reuben Abati, or should I say Doctor, as he likes to be called, Dr. Reuben Abati. His natural instincts tell you where he belongs in Nigerian politics and the Nigerian divide. But his professional position makes him continue to try to balance something that doesn't come naturally to him. And I'm not gonna burden you with the video that you've seen a few times, but I'll show just a sound bite of it. And then I'll explain what many have already explained, but Bold Talk hasn't lent our voice to it. And I think we're going to come from an angle that's broken down to ABC. I've read a lot of things, and people try to complicate the thing about Igbos don't sell land and all that. But before I get to it, here is exactly what Dr. Abati said on Ojiniko Okbe's show. And I'll follow it up with Oji Okbe's follow-up question to Dr. Abati after there was feedback, or should I say backlash, about what he previously said the day before. Just watch the arrogance, and then I'll pick up on the other side.
If you enter a community, a village, you don't see an Igbo man there, please pack your things and go. It means that place is not conducive. However, let me give the flip side. Chief Tos Benson, T.O.S. Benson, former Minister of Information, now late, on one occasion at the Nigerian Institute of International Affairs, and I'm not making this up, he said it publicly. If anybody can contradict me, let them do so. He said something about Igbo people. He said he had an Igbo wife and had an Igbo daughter, that he wanted to buy land in Igbo land for his daughter, for his wife, to say, I'm getting old, Tos Benson is getting old. Let me build in this place for my wife. He said that his in-laws told him that they don't sell land to outsiders. That is the irony of Nigeria about the politics of federation, of unity. The same Igbos who are so industrious that they are all over and they do well in other parts of Nigeria, you go as a non-Igbo man to go and buy a land, you will be told that you don't belong.
Yeah, well, I wanted to just touch more on the issues in the Southeast. Yesterday, Dr. Abati, we took this story, and there was a flurry of reactions about whether or not the Igbo people sell land to outsiders. I don't know if you would like to address that, because there were a lot of, people from the Southeast saying that it is not true.
No, I have no further comments on that subject.
Okay.
I was very clear yesterday. I was very specific. I made my point. I provided the context in which I was speaking. If people have a selective hearing, that is their problem.
Well, one of the comments is that you cannot paint a whole tribe with one brush, and they have debunked
Replay the tape again. Replay the tape.
No,
I was specific about what I said. I provided context.
Right.
Nobody should tell me any nonsense.
Well,
if people have a different opinion, they are entitled. No, no nonsense duty.
I think it's our duty.
If people have a different opinion, they have anthropological evidence to support it. They should say so.
Wow.
It's not
All
for
right.
me to reverse myself.
No, I was just saying to clarify.
Except you are expressing your own opinion.
No,
and then I will come after you and say you are wrong.
There's been a flurry of reactions.
Yes.
And I have to present
that
it. It
comes
is my
with
duty.
the job. That comes with the job.
It is my duty.
It's a free country.
It is my duty to present the reactions of the Nigerian people.
And not to come and challenge me.
Absolutely not. I asked you if you would like to comment. I asked if you would like to comment.
I've told you.
Well, the conversation is that a whole tribe cannot be painted with one man's experience. We'll take another story.
The bigots are going to call me tribalistic when I say this, but I want to doff my hat to Ojinika Ogbe. What she did was not as an Igbo person. What she did was as a true, balanced journalist that wanted to bring fair and balanced stories to her audience. But I doff my hat to her because so many times Igbos from the 5 Igbo states try to criticize Igbos that are not like the Delta Igbo and say, oh, they don't want to be Igbo and everything. Ojinika has a job to do. And she didn't go to her job trying to be Igbo. She went to her job, or she goes to work every day trying to be a fair-minded journalist that brings fair and balanced stories to Nigerians. And it was in the process of trying to do her work that Dr. Abati, Reuben Abati, went off and throwing his tantrum because he doesn't think the godly journalist, Reuben Abati, needs to be questioned by the Ojinika that he helped groom to her position in Arise TV. Ojinika has gone out of her way several times on Arise TV and outside Arise TV to give credit to Dr. Abati for grooming her to become the journalist she's become. Thank you, Ojinika. What you did is the kind of journalism we see from Rufai Oseni and Yemi Adamolekun and some others. But from a Yoruba standpoint, let me just mention those two. Reuben Abati and Yoruba bigots who listen to him, and any other bigot in Nigeria who wants to listen to them. There's a difference between coming to Lagos to buy land, or to Abeokuta, or Ibadan, or Ilorin, or Benin, or Port Harcourt, or Enugu, or Onitsha, Aba, Owerri, Kaduna, Kano, Jos, the major cities, to buy land regardless of where you come from, Nigeria. There's a difference between that kind of land sales and going to my little village to buy land. It would be very naive to think that you could come to the Nwankwo compound. My name is Fred Nwankwo. My compound in my hometown, or especially within the immediate compound where most of us want to build and live, and you think you'll come from another place to be sold land there. And I don't think in similar situations in Idianyure or your state, or in remote villages in Yoruba land, that people are selling their ancestral land to non-members of that kindred. So when Tos Benson, a proud in-law of Igbos, that Igbos are very proud of, not just Tos Benson, Bobby Benson and the entire Lagos Benson liberal clan that is not into bigotry. When Tos Benson comes to ask for land to buy for his wife or his daughter to have a place when he leaves, that's an honorable thing for him to do. And I could bet my last dollar that when Tos Benson, in whatever setting he made that statement, he was talking in jest and joking with his Igbo in-laws and teasing them that they wouldn't even sell land to him because I'm a Yoruba man. I have Yoruba friends. And when I talk to my Yoruba friends, we joke. They call me Ajekuta Mamomi. I call them Mbati people. I call them Ofemwano people. Does it mean that I really feel that way about Yorubas, or that my good, honest Yoruba friends really think I'm Ajekuta? It's a joke. But in Dr. Reuben Abati's agenda, that statement fit a narrative that he wanted, because he just gave Igbos credit, but he remembered that Bayo Nonuga or Bola Ahmed Tinubu or their clique of bigots are going to tease him next time they meet and say he's out there praising Igbos. Why didn't he? That's why he had to throw that back. That's the kind of journalism Dr. Reuben Abati practices, because he has to balance real news with making sure he doesn't piss off the Bayononugas and the Dele Alakes of the Journalism Distortion Club of Nigeria. And it's a shame and it's sad. But having said all that, we must come back to the bare fact that made me record this. For 50 plus years now since the war ended, Nigeria has been doing trial by error in trying to run the country. And I'm here to piss every bigot off. And if you doubt it, come to the comment section and talk about it, or come to my studio. Let's discuss it formally. Until Nigeria opens up in an open-minded way, opens up to hire the best Nigerians at every job, be the best Yoruba, Fulani, Hausa, Edo, Ibibio, whoever is the best and patriotic. Until we do that, we're not going anywhere. And whether Nigerians like it or not, please, open-minded Nigerians, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Nigeria's bigots, especially Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Bayo Ononuga and the Fulani cabal bigots. Until they hire the best Nigerians, which inevitably is going to include the best Igbos, to run every department at every level of Nigeria. And until they allow INEC to stop tampering with election results and let the best Nigerians go out and campaign to Nigerians all across Nigeria and let the best candidates win. When that happens in Nigeria, you're going to find that Nigeria is going to elect by the people, not by dubious means. The people of Nigeria, Igbos, Yorubas, Fulanis, Hausas, Edos, Ibibio, are going to elect an Igbo person who is qualified. Or an Igbo person and other Nigerians are going to be beaten out by a Yoruba person who is qualified. Or the Igbo and Yoruba will be beaten out by a qualified Fulani who is open-minded, fair-minded, equity-minded, and qualified to be president of Nigeria. And the finance department in Nigeria will be headed by the best Nigerian. The defense department, the police department, the customs department, the local governments, every segment of Nigeria will be headed by the best Nigerians, the way that it used to be. When that happens, then Nigerians can start rebuilding the architecture of ethics and morality across the board, and you're going to see Nigeria start to grow. So why did I make the title of this episode, Without Igbos, Nigeria Cannot Survive? I did that to catch your attention, but in coming in, you see that it's not about Igbos, it's about fairness. But I know that if fairness is implemented in Nigeria, Igbos will do very well, because Igbos are very qualified and believe in hard work ethics, not bribery, corruption, and nepotism, and earning what you didn't make, making money that you didn't earn, because everything is about cheating and embezzlement. There are Igbos who cheat, don't get me wrong. But the reality is that if you open up Nigeria for fair competition, Igbos are going to excel. Good Yorubas are going to excel. Right now, good Yorubas are not excelling, and that's the shame about the bigots who think it's Yorubas versus Igbos. Even the good Yorubas are not excelling in this system. The good Fulanis are not excelling in this system. The good Edos, the good Ibibios, the good Efiks, the good people of Nigeria are not excelling. And when Nigeria becomes run equitably and fairly, Nigeria's good people will excel across the board. That's what I mean by when Nigeria lets Igbos live up to their potential in Nigeria, it will be the day that Nigeria wakes up to do well and take its place internationally. Because the day you let Igbos get a fair share of jobs they deserve, you're also going to see fairness in hiring, from gate man to permanent sex to ministers, because Igbos, if there is any criticism of them by their fellow Igbos, it's the fact that when they get there, they want to be fair. But when others get there, they want to put their own people. Folks, Igbos want to be every part of Nigeria if Nigeria wants Igbos to be part of Nigeria. But if Nigeria doesn't want Igbos to be part of Nigeria, it's time for Igbos to leave Nigeria. And as long as Nigeria is not fair to Igbos, the Simon Ekbas across the world are going to keep multiplying. Because how long can you keep a people down until you get to a generation of those people who say enough is enough? Like Yorubas will say, Bole yako ya, bole dogun ko dogun. Like Igbos will say, Nke emechi ya metata. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is Fred Nwankwo coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on Island TV. And before I dial out, I'd like you to click on like, click on subscribe, share the video, and make your comments. This is Fred Nwankwo coming to you from our studios in Chicago with another edition of Bold Talk on Island TV. And until next time, good night and God bless.